Hi, and welcome to the Knitting Game and Other Stuff. Come on in.
Scissors and string. Soon it will be spring.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the post-Knitpocalyptic edition of the Knitting Game and Other Stuff. I am exhausted, very tired. The energy level may be kind of down today. I didn't get home until 12:15 this morning from Knitpocalypse, so yeah. And then I was back up at 5:15 in the morning and did a full day of work. So here I am again in my guild studio. I hope you guys are really enjoying these. I've heard a lot of positive feedback while I was at Knitpocalypse that everybody seems to really be enjoying these quickie little updates, and they really enjoy the space here at the guild. So I like showing it off, showing what our space is like. And I'm sure people get a kick out of seeing the looms and everything behind me. Let me apologize for the sound. The air is running, so I'm trying to talk a little loud, but my voice is a little lacking. There was a lot of conversations this weekend. So let me jump right into things, and I'm not going to show you everything because I do want to keep this small. So these are probably what I'm going to show you today, the highlight purchases. Yes, everything was a purchase in this group, so this is not like my door prizes or goodie bag prizes or yarn that I got from my roommate or anything like that this week. So maybe later on this week I'll do an episode with those little tidbits. So yes, there is more yarn, but I'm not gonna overwhelm you guys with stuff like that. I just want to share some of the really special purchases that I made while in Rochester, Minnesota, and give you an update of some projects. And yes, there are 2 this week. So first, let's go with the Clapback that I've been working on. Right before Knitpocalypse, I was able to start the decreases, which means I was able to start dropping my stitches. So here, I know you can't see it all, so I'm just going to kind of lift it up a little bit. Here's what it looks like from side to side. So hopefully you can, that's the back. This is the front. So it's side to side. And here at the bottom, which I will turn upside down for the moment so you can see, is the drop stitches. So when I block this out, this will be the point, and you can see I've been dropping some stitches. Now I'm using this Freya ombre in the lace weight, and it's a wool nylon blend. But let me tell you, this is a pretty sticky wool. It likes to really be grippy. So even the short amount that I've already dropped, the stitches kind of get stuck on themselves. The little fibers get all mixed up. So I would tend to believe that this would probably felt extremely well if accidentally put into the washing machine. So we are not going to do that. So, but as you, yeah, there, that's a good shot. And I can drop in my stitches. So I've already decreased quite a bit, as you can see, but I still have all this way to go. So that's that. So that'll be like a scarfy kind of shawl thing. So that's a lot of fun to work on. Like I said, I'm using the Freya hand paints. I'm going back the other way, so that makes it easy. So the second project I started, I actually picked up on Saturday. I was at Leading Men Fiber Arts and I absolutely fell in love with, I don't have the tag in here, but this is his worsted weight base. This is Box Office, and this is Dipping Sauce is the colorway, and it's this really nice kind of yellowy mustard color. So I am knitting, and by the way, this is my bag that I got from I Rock Knits, Corey, a hoot as any always, Minnesota. So I don't know if you can read. These are just like plain cloth bags, but she stamped them with a little saying. I don't know if you can read that. It says, if you could spend an hour with anyone, living or dead, what would you knit? Think about that. Alright, so here is what I am knitting. It is Jenna Krupar's Breakaway cowl, and I am a little bit more than a third of the way through it in just a day. I worked on it pretty heavily in the airport yesterday as I sat there for 7 hours until I was told my flight was going to be delayed an extra hour. So instead of flying into Dulles International last night at 10:45, I flew into Richmond International at 10:26. Still got home at 12:15. But here it is. I think it's going on. I love it. I've already memorized the pattern. It is quick. This yarn is amazing. And it really reminds me of wheat blowing in the Midwest. And I think this is a wonderful yellowy, bright, shiny color for the winter time. So I think it'll add that nice little pop of color. So that is the Breakaway cowl, and this is really, really nice stuff. And then a little free gift I got, Bacon Fairy. I have little, she gave me 2 little bacon stitch markers. So I have little bacon stitch markers. Very, very cute. I was going to do socks, so I borrowed some stitch markers for her because I was turning my toe, and I was using my Fish Lips Kiss heel toe. So, alright, so that's enough for the projects. Really quick, I wanted to show you guys a special project I worked on. I did a whole bunch of project bags for the trip. I wanted to say thank you to Amy and Megan for putting on the retreat. So I made them each a project bag. I made my roommate a project bag. I made Josh, sort of a knitter, a project bag. And the Martha Knit Crit, she gave me a ride like all over the place, up and back from Rochester. So I made her a bag. But I also dyed some yarn for Amy and Megan. And at first, when it came out of the dye pot, I was really kind of sad. I didn't like it. I thought it was horrible, and I thought, how can I give this away to anybody? But then I reskeined it, and I absolutely love it. So it is purples, like a rich, deep plum purple, a very bright, vibrant turquoise, and a very, very deep blue. And some of the purple didn't go all the way through, so it gives it these little specks of pink, which is a little different. And then I have something similar here with the turquoise. And that's what I was upset with, was the pinky color. I really thought, oh man, I really messed it up. But it really kind of gives the yarn some depth, which I was not expecting. So I gave each 100 grams, and this is about 50 or so, a little bit more than 50. It's a sport weight. It's 100% superwash, and I don't know, maybe a cowl, maybe a really quick cowl, something, I don't know, something decorative, because there's not a lot here, but I can use it for something. Maybe a toy. That is an idea. Maybe some kind of really neat little fish or a worm. or I don't know, something. So that's that. I thought that was really, I had to keep a little for myself. So that's that. All right, now on to the purchases, right? So be aware, you will be enabled. Let's start off with Fiber Nymph. So the way the marketplace, and you saw, I know you saw, the way the marketplace works is in the morning time, the retreat goers have the marketplace to themselves from 10 to noon. Then the vendors have a break from noon to 1, and then the general public comes in from 1 to 3. So I came in and I did a lot of shopping in the first part of the morning. But then I went back in the afternoon after lunch, and let me tell you, that was the best thing I did, or the worst, depending on how you want to look at it, because some of the vendors put out some extra stock, which was really great, and it was less crowded and cooler. I have this thing about being hot, it was much cooler. So one of the things that I was able to score on my second turn through was Star Trekkie on the bounce base. Really, really excited about this. I know this is a really popular one, and I've never been able to get an update with it, so yay, I got some Star Trekkie. She also had Fruit Loops and Soft Kitty, but I figure I'm not going to be greedy. Star Trekkie was my Fiber Nymph difficult die to get, so that's what I picked up. She also had some of her inversibles, but when I went through the first time, I wasn't really thrilled with the colors. They were yellow and blue, and that's just not my thing, my color combination together. So when I came back through the second time, I was able to pick up this, and this is the turquoise, blue, and purple. So I don't know if I'm going to do 2 separate socks with these, or maybe a set of stitch surfers, because I haven't knit one of those yet, and I think that would be very apropos. I think this would be nice as a pair of stitch surfers. So that was my Fiber Nymph. So that was really great stuff there. Then Miss Bacon Fairy, let me tell you something. She comes in after the marketplace and she's like, you know, I have some stuff that I want to destash. Would you guys be interested? We're sitting around in these big tables. There's about 8 of us. You know, we're just sitting there, and all of a sudden she starts laying down wool Meisa. Yeah, just like bam, bam, bam. And she's like, I do a deal. Oh, if you're not interested in a $30 skein of wool Meisa, let me make the deal sweeter. I even take PayPal. How is that? So I went back and forth because she had some really nice variegated, a blue and then kind of like a purple with a hot pink. Really nice stuff. But for some reason, just this really nice foresty green. The colorway is We're Different. And it's 100% superwash merino. It's 350 meters, which is about 574 yards. So great, great put up. I am going to make something for my mother-in-law because green is her favorite color, and I have yet to make her something. So that's, I bought it on D-Stash, but hey, who knew I was going to get wool Meisa at the retreat? So, score, right? So, the last little one I'm going to show for today. I missed my opportunity last year to pick this up, and some of you may know exactly what I'm talking about. I hesitated, I held back, and I deferred. And then I kicked myself, and when I heard that the Grinning Gargoyle was coming back, I was very, very happy. Why? Because of her 100% mink lace weight yarn. So this is, I don't think, avocado. But what's really neat are these little breaks back here of like this orange. I don't know if you can see it. It's like orange rust kind of a little bit, and kind of runs through here in different spots. So I'm hoping that there's more than just this little bit, like a lot. I really hope, because I really like it. But this is 650 yards of the mink, 100% mink lace from the Grinning Gargoyle. Yeah. I like to pet my pretty yarn because it is very pretty. It's very nice. So, yes. Good stuff. Other than that, I really, it was a really great time. Met a lot of new friends. Saw a lot of old friends from last year. Corey and Renee, two perfect examples, and they are a hoot, the two of them. So that was a lot of fun. So it was good seeing everybody. And then Megan and Amy, as always, very gracious hosts. And I really had a spot-on great time. Everybody that came up and said hello, I hope you enjoyed our conversation. It's really funny, and I had to explain this to some friends today. I may talk to you guys on the camera and look into the camera, and I imagine that you guys are sitting there and doing your thing, and I'm coming into your homes every week or a couple times a week, but I don't actually see you guys. And when you guys come up to me, I'm a little surprised that folks watch. So if I seem a little shocked, or that somebody would come up and talk to me, I'm really flattered and a little flabbergasted, and it takes me a second to get into my chit-chatty mode. So I hope I didn't come across as, I don't know, kind of weird, cold, or I don't know how to explain it. It's just I'm kind of shy in a way, and I don't know, it's weird, right? Because I do this all the time, full well knowing that you all are out there watching, and I don't know, it's kind of a weird thought. You talk to the camera and everything like that, and then all of a sudden people know you. Perfect example, I'm sitting in the airport on the way, quick story, okay. On the way to Zombie Knitpocalypse, I pull out my knitting. I'm sitting there and I'm knitting at Reagan National, and this lovely woman sitting next to me goes and strikes up a conversation about how long I've been knitting for. And we start talking back and forth, and she lives in Utah, and lovely woman. And so she goes to friend me on not Facebook, but on Ravelry, right? So she uses Ravelry, and she knows about Zombie Knitpocalypse and everything. And she's like, so what's your Rav name? And I tell her Pixie Knits, and she's like, I've heard of you. How random is that? In the airport. Now I don't know. She didn't say she watched the show. She just said she heard of me. So who knows where she heard of me from? But still, out of all of those millions of people that go through that airport every day, and I sit next to the one woman that has heard of me, little old me, it's a little humbling and very, very flattering. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So that's all I have for right now, and I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see about recording maybe a little bit more later. I have family coming up from Florida tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll get to it, but if not, I will share next week. How about that? All right, so I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you really had a great time if you went, and if you didn't, I hope you enjoyed everything that we shared while we were there. So until later, I'll see you guys. All right, bye.